I am actually in agreement with CNN's Donald Lemon. I want to thank Noble Gold for sponsoring today's video. Most Americans don't own sound money. Sound money is defined by the Constitution as gold and silver. It's been accepted as sound money for over 5,000 years. And even though it's been artificially suppressed by the international banking cartel, it was the best performing investment class for 2022. In that year, the S&P was down 20%, the Dow was down 10%, and Bitcoin was down over 65%. Gold and silver outperformed them all. Open a gold or silver IRA with Noble Gold Investments this month and get this quarter-ounce American Gold Eagle for free with every qualified IRA of $50K or more. With thousands of 5-star reviews, there's a lot of happy people who are glad they went with Noble Gold. Check them out with my link in the description and in the pinned comment. Now, back to today's video. Don Lemon gives a list of 5 things the black community must fix. This was from back in 2015. Listen to this.
Because black people, if you really want to fix the problem, here's just 5 things that you should think about doing. Here's number 5. And if this doesn't apply to you, if you're not doing this, then it doesn't apply to you. I'm not talking about you. Here's number 5. Pull up your pants. Walking around with your ass and your underwear showing is not okay. In fact, it comes from prison when they take away belts from the prisoner so that they can't make a weapon. And then it evolved into which role a prisoner would have during male-on-male prison sex. The one with the really low pants is a submissive one. You get my point?
I have never seen this, man.
Number 4 now is the N-word. By promoting the use of that word when it's not germane to the conversation, have you ever considered that you may just be perpetuating the stereotype the masser intended, acting like a n***er? Now number 3, respect where you live. Start small by not dropping trash, littering in your own communities. I've lived in several predominantly white neighborhoods in my life. I rarely, if ever, witness people littering. I live in Harlem now. It's an historically black neighborhood. Every single day I see adults and children dropping their trash on the ground when a garbage can is just feet away. Just being
You know what I would like to do?
honest here.
He said just being honest here. You know what I'd like to do? I'd like to sit down with 2023 Donald Lemon and show him the 2013 Donald Lemon and everything he says right here and see if he would still agree with it on camera, if he'd say the same thing. Remember, this is the guy who said that the greatest terror threat in America today is white men radicalized to the right.
The biggest terror threat in this country is white men, most of them radicalized to the right.
And that's the mantra that you constantly hear these days. The problem with this world is white people. Well, Donald Lemon is picking out 5 things about black people that he says that they should fix so that they can actually improve their lives. Listen, there's more.
Number 2, finish school. You want to break the cycle of poverty? Stop telling kids they're acting white because they go to school or they speak proper English. A high school dropout makes on average 19...
Because that's what people have said. You're promoting white supremacy by saying that black people need to graduate from school. And now I'm not promoting the public fool system. It's the 15,000-hour public fool government indoctrination program. So I'm not promoting that at all. But what I am saying is that people on the other side of the fence, the leftist side of the fence, will actually call it white supremacy if you say that a black person needs to buckle down and graduate from high school. And then graduate from college, and then get a career, and then take care of a family. That's rooted in white supremacy.
$1,000 a year. A high school graduate makes $28,000 a year. A college graduate makes $51,000 a year. Over the course of a career, a college grad will make nearly $1 million more than a high school graduate. That's a lot of money. And number 1, and probably the most important, just because you can have a baby, it doesn't mean you should, especially without planning for one or getting married first. More than 72% of children in the African American community are born out of wedlock. That means absent fathers. And the studies show that lack of a male role model is an express train right to prison.
There are a lot of people who would look at this and listen to what Donald Lamone said right here and call him an Uncle Tom. Even today, I wonder if he would call himself that. The 2023 Donald Lamone would call the 2013 Donald Lamone an Uncle Tom. I wanted to show you this real quick before we get into this next video, which is really weird. Actually, this is the one that I want to show you, and then we'll go to this one right here. But this looks like a propaganda piece that I wanted to show you and see what you thought about it. But look what Elon Musk said. He said, free speech is the bedrock of democracy. Remember, some of the founding fathers, one of them, Benjamin Franklin, said democracy is two wolves and a lamb deciding on what to have for dinner. Thomas Jefferson said that democracy is the tyranny of the majority. It is a fundamental defense against autocracy and statism. That's interesting. He mentioned statism. And what is statism? It's the idea or belief that people hold that says that there are certain people in society that reserve for themselves, rightly so, reserve for themselves the right to rule other people. And those people that they rule have the obligation to be ruled, or they should, in the minds of these, the perverted minds of statists, that these rulers rightly punish the people who are disobeying. Freedom of speech is a fundamental defense against autocracy and statism, which is why we must fight so hard to preserve it. To preserve what? Fundamental freedom of speech. The founders showed great wisdom based on painful historical lessons in passing the First Amendment. I like what this guy says right here. Jimbo says, democracy is when 9 people abuse the 10th repeatedly and pretend this activity is a form of community bondage. Then he says, I suppose a very perverse one. Democracy is abusive. Voting things from another's pocket is just as harmful as stealing them directly. Worse even. Yeah, because it's done with the applause of the masses. It's done and seen as legitimate. It's basically legalized theft when you have a majority voting money and resources out of the pockets of the minority. I wanted to show you this, see what you thought about it. This is obviously a propaganda piece, and I wanted to bounce this off of you guys. You guys let me know what you think about this and what you think the goal is, because I think it is 100% top to bottom propaganda.
Step away from the locker. Lift up your shirt. Turn around. All the way. Turn around again. Okay, keep your hands by your side. Put your shirt down. You know I'm being called?
Yes, sir.
You're being arrested, okay?
So obviously the cop is mic'd up. It looks like the kid's an actor, but they're going to slap the cuffs on this kid because he committed an infraction or supposedly committed a crime. They won't tell you what crime it was, but it's almost like the cops are conditioning kids that this is the way our new normal is going to be.
Turn around. Put your hands behind your back. Okay, I'm going to double lock your handcuffs so they don't get any tighter on you, okay?
Pretty fitting for incarceration nation, though.
Okay. All right, are you good?
No, sir.
No, sir? You're not? What's the matter?
I'm gonna get in trouble.
You're going to get in trouble? Well, you kind of should have thought about that before you did what you did.
Sir.
What did he do? Did he kill somebody? Did he open fire on a classroom or something? Got the camera angles here. Cameraman's going to focus in on the handcuffs on the kid's wrists, the torture cuffs. You're going to get multiple camera angles here from the passenger seat to the front.
I'll be en route from Spring Branch Middle School with one juvenile male.
And behind the driver's seat in the back. Watch this.
Well, I wish there was something I could do, but my hands are tied once the administrators call us on you. Do you understand that?
That's 0935.
The audio's not lining up with the visual here.
Can you open the east Tahlequah gate?
Look at all the camera angles. And what color is that kid?
Watch your step. You good? Come over here.
Audio is way off from the video. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think about that. Looks like propaganda to me. People make a big deal about what color your skin is, and it seems to me, and those people who make a big deal about what color your skin is and who has positions of authority and who doesn't have positions of authority related to the color of your skin, they're the ones that call you racist when you're not even thinking about your race. You're just thinking about, okay, who's the most qualified person for this position? What person should we hire in this position to get the job done? I don't care what they look like. I don't care if they're male or female. I don't care if they're black or white or Hispanic or Asian. Doesn't matter to me, but it matters to these people. And why is that? Listen to this guy.
Most senior positions in Scotland are filled almost exclusively by those who are white. Take my portfolio alone. The Lord President, white. The Lord Justice Clerk, white. Every High Court judge, white. The Lord Advocate, white. The Solicitor General, white. The Chief Constable, white.
You know, I don't care if it's white, it's still tyranny. I don't care if it's black, it's still tyranny. When you're talking about government, you're talking about governum mentis, to control the mind or mind control. I don't want anybody controlling my mind. I don't want anybody controlling me. I don't care what color your skin is. I don't care what your gender is. I don't care what you think you are or where you think you came from. You don't have a right to rule me, and I don't have a right to rule you. You don't have a higher claim over my life and property than me. I don't have a higher claim of your life and property than you. I don't care what the color of your skin, but they make a big deal out of this.
Every Deputy Chief Constable, white. Every Assistant Chief Constable, white. The head of the Law Society, white. The head of the Faculty of Advocates, white. Every prison governor, white. And not just justice. The Chief Medical Officer, white. The Chief Nursing Officer, white. The Chief Veterinary Officer, white. The Chief Social Work Advisor, white. Almost every trade union in this country headed by people who are white. In the Scottish Government, every Director General is white. Every chair of every public body is white.
I wish I was there. Wouldn't you just say, so what? What's the problem? Why are you making a big deal out of color? We don't make a big deal out of color. Why are you doing it? You must be racist. You must want certain people in certain positions because of their skin color, not because of their qualifications. What's up with that? Before you leave, I've got a backup channel called Here's the Deal. Please take a look at it, especially look at these last two videos right here. You'll want to take a look at those and share them. I'm trying to build this channel up and get it over 100,000 subscribers. If you could help out, I'd really appreciate that. If you watch the video, give it and you like it, give it a thumbs up and share it with everybody you know. And don't forget to leave a comment because it really helps me with the algorithms. If you haven't done so on this channel already, subscribe, hit the bell notification icon, give it a like, share it with everybody you know. Don't forget to subscribe to my private email list through my website, highimpactflix.com. If you want to support the channel further, grab a hard-hitting conversation starting design that you can put on a shirt, hoodie, mug, cell phone case, whatever you want. And I will see you in the next heavily censored shadow ban video. While we have time and it still retains some of its perceived value, maybe it'd be a good idea to convert your worthless fiat into valuable, storable food. Don't be the one who waits till the food riots start happening. You don't want to be fighting panicking people in the store over that last jar of peanut butter. At Prepare with High Impact Flicks, you can get up to 3 air and watertight gasket sealed ammo cans, each filled with a 4-week emergency supply. 7 food varieties, 2,000 calories a day, 284 servings, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and each meal comes in a resealable, heavy-duty 4-layered pouch. And it's got a 25-year shelf life. Every order of a 4-week supply gets you $100 off plus free shipping. Here's how simple it is to make. I'm going to cook up some Granny's home-style potato soup. People are going to think I'm a culinary hero. You open the pouch, boil 4.5 cups of water, stir the contents, simmer on low heat for 15 to 20 minutes, take it off the heat, then let it set for 2 to 3 minutes before you serve it up.
Man, this stuff's so good, people are going to think Granny stopped by and filled your kitchen with a whole bunch of love.
Well, if Granny does stop by, she's gonna fill your behind with a whole bunch of buckshot if you keep talking with your mouth full. Wipe your dang beard off. It's embarrassing.
So maybe convert some of your worthless fiat into valuable food while you still can. Order now and get $100 off of up to 3 4-week emergency food supplies at preparewithhighimpactflix.com. The link is in the description.